as a pauper. We all get old, we all slow down as the walls they close. We fall, we drown, and I need some breathing space. I won't grow old with grace. I need some breathing space. I can't keep living straight. Oh, we ain't gonna linger and wallow when there's hard cash coming back. No way, I'll just sit here when I know that there's hard cash coming back. Hard cash. Don't want no easy money. Oh no. Money couldn't buy me happiness, just a prettier misery. There's a price to pay for a life of luxury. Oh, the air is thin, the glare, the smoke and the wear within. It tears, it's choking. I need some breathing space. I won't grow old with grace. I need some breathing space. I can't keep living straight. Oh, we ain't gonna linger and wallow when there's hard cash coming back. No way, I'll just sit here when I know that there's hard cash coming back. Hard cash. We ain't gonna linger and wallow when there's hard cash coming back. We ain't gonna linger and wallow when there's hard cash coming back. No way, I'll just sit here when I know that there's hard cash coming back. Hard cash. Don't want no easy money. Oh no. And now that we have all arrived, my friends, get in your cars and drive. And now that we have all arrived, my friends, get in your cars and drive. Gonna drive our blues away. Just another sunny day. Gonna drive our blues away. Just another sunny day. I was born a simple man, educated just to fight. But I got soul, I got conviction, and a will to put things right. We lived our lives on grinding metal. For our people we have bled. We take comfort in the rhythm of machine guns spitting lead. Grind for the dawn, backbone and brawn. Survive as the last of our kind. 'Cause the way out is through. Kickbacks long overdue. Grab your gear, grab your gun, join the grind. To my friends and fallen brothers, you have offered us a chance to build a future from the wreckage in the grind for the dawn. Backbone and brawn, survive as the last of our kind. 'Cause the way out is through, kickbacks long overdue. Grab your gear, grab your gun, join the grind.
Welcome, race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4, to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Welcome back, sim racing fans. Welcome to 1 to Go Studios coverage of the 2021 Spring and Summer Lightspeed Racing League Xfinity Series presented by Gridfinder, Wilder Graphics, The Butt Kicker, Sim Speed Shops, and Track Time Entertainment. Tonight, we bring you coverage of Round 10, live from the Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Harold Darner for 1 to Go Studios. We're glad you joined us tonight for the Buckkicker 142 right here at Richmond Raceway. The drivers are on the track for qualifying. 2 laps for 5 minutes to set the grid for tonight's 142 laps at this 3/4 mile track. And right now, it looks like Landon Quisenberry puts up the fastest time. So we'll show you the rest of the guys as they start to qualify. David Dunwoody here on the track. Adam Brady putting up the fastest lap in the number 77. And Andy's 22.546 puts him in the 3rd position. Looks like that'll be it for him. Michael Jeans, last week's winner, or actually 2 weeks ago, since we had a special event with the Bristol Motor at Bristol and Dirt with the Truck Series last week, but our last race that was for points, swept by the 08 of Michael Jeans, both in the Xfinity and the Cup Series, as we see him currently in the 9th spot, coming to the flag for his 2nd lap. He slides it off of turn 3 and 4, so that 9th is going to be what he gets going in tonight. And Adam Bergani to 13 ride. Cameron Hearn now top of the charts in that 15. We got about 2 minutes left. Got Kevin Gunther in the 23 car. Snap-on and Jegs on that car tonight. Cameron Hearn put a 2nd lap up faster than his 1st, so it puts him squarely in the lead here. A little bit of a loose condition off, it looks like, off of turn 4. We'll have to watch that out tonight. Bergani back out trying to get a lap in here. About a minute and a half left in qualifying, and then we'll be able to talk about our put a cap on that pole winner by presented by Sweatless. Let's check them out. All right, that is our presenting sponsor for the poll, which is a put a cap on that. They provide a ball cap to the top qualifier for the night. Train more, sweat less. You guys try to get some pictures of those guys and put them out there so that Sweat looks to see them on those ball caps. But it looks like Cameron Hearn will have that. We'll make sure we'll wait till it's official, and then we'll put him up there as time has run out. And our pull award, that is not correct. There's our pull award. Cameron Hearn is our top in the number 15 car. Pull that over here. There. Oh, that is not what we're looking for here. Cameron Hearn, he was the top there in that 15 car. Put a cap on that pull award to Cameron Hearn. And we're getting ready to go back. Get ready to go here. We'll get our grid for you. Our grid for tonight: Cameron Hearn on the inside and Adam Brady on the outside of row number 1. Row number 2 is Brandon Hughes on the inside. Outside of him is Dylan Gones in the 27. Stefan inside of row 3. Outside him is David Dunwoody in the 46. Inside row 4, Landon Quisberry, points leader. Outside him is Ira Kohlhaas in the 29. Kevin Gunther on the inside of row 5. Outside him is Joe Murata in the number 5. Michael Jeans, winner of last week in Iowa. And outside him in the 12th spot is Logan Powers. Inside row 7, Peyton Johnson. Outside him, Anthony Giuliano. Row 8, inside Leonard Frost. Outside is Christopher Couric. Row 9 is Pat O'Brien and Anthony Ludi. And in row 10 in the 19th spot is Andy Brigani. And your starting grid was presented by The Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid here at Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. I'm pacing now. The lights are out on the pace car, so we will go to green flag racing as soon as they come out of turn 4. The flagman has the green flag in his hand. As we're coming off the backstretch right now. Points currently: Landon Quisenberry, your leader; Justin Wilson, second; Samuel Fontaine, third; Ira Kohlhaas, fourth; and Michael Steffen is in the 5th spot for the Xfinity Series. Now, there we go, getting ready to go green flag racing here as the guys take the green. 15 of Cameron Hearn taking us into turn number 1 on that inside line. '77 of Adam Brady in the 2nd spot behind race leader Cameron Hearn was our pole sitter. At 111 of Brandon Hughes in the 3rd spot. Dylan Gones in the 27 ride in the 4th spot. And Michael Steffen in the 5th spot in the 669. And it looks like David Dunwoody in the 6th spot, looking like he's challenging Steffen on the inside. He pulls back, single file now through the field, about the top 10. Spark speed flying tonight here at Richmond. Is a 3/4 mile racetrack under the night conditions, so we'll be able to see the sheet metal contact with the outside retaining wall, so this should be a very interesting event. 25 and 55 are our competition cautions tonight. 25 and 55. We have 18 drivers have taken to the racetrack. Cameron Hearn, your fastest car, and you see Cameron there right now. We're in more than 5 there. So Cat riding on board with Cameron Hearn. He's our race leader. Pull up our big ticker here. Like he blinked out there for a second. That Logan Powers did not take to the track in the number 209, so we have 18 drivers. And Monica checking in on Lightspeed Racing League to cheer on Adam Brady in that 77 in the second spot he's currently sitting. Kaylee Tucker checking in on One to Go Studios YouTube. And he is there following Ira Kohlhaas in the number 29, currently in the 7th spot. Looks like we had Leonard Frost having some issues, made some contact with the wall early on here and is in the garage. And 9 laps of the 142 being put down right at the moment. Leonard Frost back on the racetrack. Showing 5 laps down to the race leader of Cameron Hearn. Only car not on the lead lap. It looks like we have some issue with Leonard here again. He's off pace, and he's back in the pits. Frost having a rough night here in the 11 Money Lion car as he's taking it down the pit lane. So 10 laps of 142 down. We're going to have competition yellows at 25 and 55. And after that, we'll go the distance from 55 out. I'm under about 80 laps or so remaining when we go back to green after the second competition caution. We'll look back for where our races are at. David Dunwoody here in the Big Jim Cookie, working with Ira Kohlhaas in the 29 Real Sugar Pepsi ride. And Ira on the inside and David on the outside there. And then Landon Quisenberry pulls in line behind Dunwoody. So Ira's going to lead this pack here. Tight racing right in this little group here. Anthony Giuliano and Joe Murata. Move up here. We've got Billy here. Check his in-car. We got a double in-car for race driver Dylan Gonis. There you go. Here's our graphics. So Dylan Gonis is currently riding in the 4th spot. Go back to that battle with Dunwoody and group here. The 46 sliding a little bit out of the corner there. As we see last week's winner Michael Jeans taking the high side around the 46. Complete his pass. We have 17 laps in. The 142 scheduled. 8 more laps. We'll have our competition caution as Cameron Hearn is leading the race. 19 of 142 down here as we see Cameron Hearn coming to the stripe underneath the flag man. He's got about a 3 1/4 lead over the number 77 of Adam Brady. And Dylan Gomez up to the 3rd spot. He's looking to catch up to the number 77 as everybody is pretty much single filed out. On board with Dylan here. So 1 through 5, Cameron's off by himself, but then the rest 2 through 5 are fighting in a group, and then you have the group that's 6 through 10. For Michael Steffen in the 4th spot. Play with Ira Kohlhaas here. Back up to the front, Cameron Hearn, and we can hit the 25th lap here. We will throw the competition caution. He crosses there. We'll have the competition caution come out as he completes lap 25. And that Tabasco 15. He's coming off of turn number 4, about a 4.5 second lead here. And caution is out. So our first caution is out for competition, and we'll get back with you. We'll send it to our presenting sponsor, the Butt Kicker.
Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
All right, pit lane's busy. Be sure to use that code LSRL at checkout. Save yourself some dough. David Dunwoody and Patrick O'Brien choosing to stay out. Everybody else on pit lane. That 77, first one off of the cars that went down pit lane. A 15.1 box time. Dylan Gomez a 14.2. Cameron Hearn was on there for 22.1 seconds in his box. And puts him back at the 11th spot. So Dunwoody and O'Brien will be your race leaders now. And the Black Magic Designs Big Jim Cookie sponsored 46 and 59. Don't see Adam O'Brien in the 775. He won the Bristol Dirt Truck race that we had last week, the special event. I'm not sure where he's at tonight. But the Big Jim Cookies Black Magic Designs, there's their 2 cars that are here tonight, the 46 and the 59. Adam Brady, the first car who has pitted behind them, and Dylan Gones. We'll take this now to lap 55 till we get another competition caution. This race series only uses iRacing flags. They have 4 sets of tires in the pit stalls. No fast repairs. So David Dunwoody on that inside line is going to have the ability to fire us off once the pace car vacates the track. He'll take us to the green flag. It'll be on him. There'll be 2 green light checkers if we need them. And the first lap, which I did not get to, I'm sorry, SimSpeedShop.com presented the first lap of the night. Speed Shop specializes in custom sim racing hardware. Speed Shops manufacture sim racing hardware utilizing the best components that are available, as well as mixing in real-life racing components when available. Customize your hardware and rig today. Visit www.simspeedshop.com today. And we said the grid was presented by the Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. Grid Finder is home of online racing community. Browse hundreds of leagues racing on all gaming platforms across every racing sim every day of the week. Across the globe, browse through 1,000 leagues, over 1,000 leagues racing on iRacing, a set of courses, ACC, R Factor 2, F1 2020, and more. Find your place on the grid. Check them out. And we're back to Green Flag Racing with David Dunwoody taking us to the green flag as he's out front, being pursued heavily by that number 77 of Adam Brady, who's now moved up to second. Brady takes that inside line with those better tires. Looks like he's easily going to get around the number 46, and Dylan Gones, our second place car, looks like it's third right there, but he's also going to take that low line around the 46 to take over the second spot as Dunwoody moves back one more spot. '77 of Adam Brady, your race leader, lap 32. Number 77 here. The leaders there, the top 5. 08 of Jeans now moving up into the top 5. With Ira Kohlhaas in the 4th position. You see Brady and Gones working to stretch out their lead over the rest of the pack. The 1-2 guys stretching out some. Big racing over here where Cameron Hearn was in 11th at the restart as he's making his way around Landon Quisenberry here. Looking for that 7th position from Landon. They're looking at the back of Peyton Johnson and the number 51. Cameron's trying to get back up to the front where he was off to about a 4.5 second lead before the competition caution and had some extra time sitting on pit lane, probably working on some tire repair or repair some sheet metal. They didn't think of for that long of a pit there, so it's up underneath Peyton Johnson now, underneath that 51 ride. Tabasco 15 underneath the 51 Kodak. Still trying to find his way around him. He's got Landon on his outside line there. To be careful about that as he's going to try to make this pass here off the 51. They're side by side backstretch. So that high line just has a better off of the corner. He's having a hard time. He's going to have to beat him inside into the corner and try to slide up in front of him. It looks like he might be able to do it this time. And he does, makes that pass, sliding up in front of the 51. That puts Cameron Hearn up to the 6th spot. Go to the front here with Brady and Gones. Gona is looking to get by the 77 now. Was looking on the inside, wasn't able to get it there. He'll fall back in line. That 08 of Jeans now up to the 4th spot. With our onboard cameras, we're looking at Mike Jeans in his actual rig at home, and him driving here as he's looking to pass that 669 of Michael Steffman. See him on the high line as he takes the nice arc around. This will allow him to get the momentum down the backstretch. Not quite past the 669 just yet. You can see Mike Jeans is one of those drivers in the VR set, as he shared us his webcam from home. You see him slowly working that wheel, not really jerking it around, just kind of slowly arcing the car into the corner and letting it ride off, controlling the way he turns with his pedals. You can just hear that throttle being picked up as he's just on the outside of the 669 here. Doing a heck of a job, Mike. You see they're still there battling that 3rd spot as the 08 has a slight edge off, and Cameron Hearn has made his way up from the 11th spot, now in the 4th spot as he gets around Michael Steffman. It's like Steffman had a little bit of an issue off the corner. Dillon slides up in front of the 77 and turn around. It looks like his engine's done. So that was Gomez. We'll try to grab that from the chopper cam and back it up one. Be Dillon underneath the 77, turn number 1. Makes the slide up, and there's contact with the 77 and heavy contact with the walls. You see the black smoke on the 27. That'll bring tonight's first actual caution out, as the field is behind the pace car with your race leader, the number 77 of Adam Brady. Hughes, Quisenberry, Jeans, and Gomez all in the in pit road right now. The 111, the 75, and the 08 come down pit lane. The 27 went to the pits after contact with the wall. Looks like his engine's pretty much hurt pretty bad there. All right, behind the pace car with Adam Brady. Bergani went down the pit lane. So Dylan Gona is being shown a lap down right now, but he's still in the pits. So 16 cars are on the lead lap. Leonard Frost back down the pit lane. So Dunwoody and O'Brien are on 48 lap tires. Everybody else switched out at the first competition caution. Next one will be at 55. Once we get back going, we'll have about 5 laps, and then we'll throw the second and final competition caution. Brandon Hughes coming down pit lane. 111. So, Adam Brady, your race leader, number 77, followed by Cameron Hearn, who moved up, and Michael Steffen and Ira Kohlhaas, Peyton Johnson in the 51. And Dylan Gomez has retired his race car to the trailer. A tough contact with the wall for Dilly. So pace cars, lights are out. Means we're ready to go back to green flag. The 77 has control of the field with the number 15 of Cameron Hearn, who has set the fastest lap of the night. Back to green flag we go. The 77 takes us to the green flag. The 15 in tow. 15 high on the high wide side through turn one with Ira Kohlhaas behind him. Michael Steffen on the low line. 2 by 2 back to fourth. First car is a single back, or is Johnson and Giuliano, but they're still 2 by as Cameron Hearn regains the lead over the 77, starts to stretch it out. Steffen and Kohlhaas still battling side by side as we enter the backstretch. Lap 52 here. And that 669 and the 29 are still fighting for the third spot as the 51 has brought himself into the fray. Contact with the wall is a 77, and he keeps that car going straight, but he had a hard left turn as he's back to the fifth spot. Anthony Giuliano looking to go on his outside, the 08 on the inside on the backstretch to follow behind Anthony. But he's up to the 7th spot is Mike Jeans. Cameron out over Ira about a 1.1 seconds as Ira and Steffen continue to fight for the second spot. And the 51 has joined this. Knows that Ira has the second spot over Steffen in the 669 as Mike Jeans in that 08's diving in the corner under the 51. He's going to try to take and muscle that car off on the backstretch, try to get that third spot away from the fourth spot away from the 51 car, and he does. It looks like he's trying to get underneath the 669. Mike Steffen comes down just a tad bit, as it looks like we have the caution out, which is for the competition yellow, our second one of the night. We'll check out Wilder Graphics, our official painter for the series. Alright, if you're looking for a new paint scheme, check out Wilder Graphics on Facebook. There's one of his right there, the Wilder Graphics paint scheme, the number 5 of Joe Murata. Check him out here. He's one of our in-cam guys. See him right here is on board. Is actually, that is the 08, which we need to change that out real quick. Sorry about that. There we go. There's Joe. And we'll go back to our main screen here. He is in the 16th spot as he went down to make sure he did some repairs and got that car. So Mike Jeans is gaining the lead as pit stops and strategy have gone. So Jeans, Quisenberry, and Hughes elected to stay out. Cameron Hearn coming down and leading the remaining six, from 4th through 16 down to pit lane to get new tires. All right, so lap number 59 under the caution condition as we're waiting for the pace car to turn the lights out, and let's get ready for the second half of the event here. No competition cautions remaining, so we will go the distance unless iRacing throws a flag. Got Andy Bergani on pit lane, but 16 drivers on the lead lap. Dylan's checking in on Facebook, and he tells me he done wrecked up his car. Well, Dylan, we watched it, man, and tough break for tonight. And a little close quarters. It is a short track. I'm glad that you've climbed out of your car and tuned us in, and then One to Go Studios Facebook. The 08 and the 75 of Landon Quisenberry going to bring us to the green flag here as the lights are off on the pace car. You should have ran the Blame Canada scheme there, Dilly. You would have done much better, I think. The 08 taking us to the green flag. As the pace car is off, we're back to racing. 60 laps down, so 82 to go. As we're starting. Car behind that. Quisenberry slides up there, and Cameron Hearn looking to the inside now of turn 3 and 4. See if he can make this stick. It looks like Landon's just going to let him on by. So Cameron back up to second spot. As we got Mike Jeans leading the way here. And Cameron Hearn putting him to the task now. Is there about a car length between Hearn and the 08 of Jeans? Right here looking at the battle for the top spot on lap 64 of 142.42. You can see Hearn there. You hear the throttle control. And he's on that inside line. Can he make it stick? Is the question. It looks like he has. So Hearn to the lead over the 08. The 08 looks like he might do a crossover here. So 08 takes it to the low side, the 15 on the high side. As we're on the backstretch now. And it looks like the 08 of Gene is just going to fall right in line behind the Tabasco 15. As we're completed 65 laps of the 142 here for tonight. So Cameron Hearn starting to pull away, about half a second advantage over the 08 of Mike Jeans. Cameron has 10 lap better tires on his car. You see him coming around that outside retaining wall, hugging the wall right on that front stretch is Cameron Hearn. Gonna check back with Mike Jeans here. As he's in the second spot, and you see Hearn now pulling about a 2-second away. So the 0-8 Mike Jeans now has Ira Kohlhaas moving up in the 29, and Michael Steffen and Landon Quisenberry. Early leader Adam Brady a little further back in the pack now in the 12th spot behind Dunwoody here. And here board with Brady. As you see him looking to find a way around that 23 ride and that gold rim to Tweety Bird to the back of the 46th. They're racing pretty hard for the 11th position. Group up here with Landon Quisenberry and Brandon Hughes. That's Peyton Johnson and Anthony Giuliano. All right, we're past halfway, so let's go through the field today. Aaron Hearn leading the way in the 15. Mike Jeans in the 0-8 Nutrient AG Solutions is in the second spot. Ira Kohlhaas at the Real Sugar Pepsi ride at 29, third spot. 669 on Michael Steffen in fourth. Landon Quisenberry in the Star City 75 is in the fifth position. And you got the 51 Kodak of Peyton Johnson in the sixth position right behind him. Anthony Giuliano in the Monster 17 is in the seventh spot with Brandon Hughes in that 111 MM Motorsports is in the eighth spot. Ninth is Christopher Couric of the DuPont National Guard 24. David Dunby, the Black Magic 46 Big Jim Cookie car. Kevin Gunther in the 23 Snap-on and Jegs ride. Gunther Racing. Adam Brady, the 77 in the 12th position. Anthony Ludi in the 25 Navy car is in 13th. Joe Marotta is in the 5th spot. No Wilder Graphics 5. Pat O'Brien in the 59, some heavy damage on that car, is currently in the 15th position. And Andy Bergani in the Senate 13 is in 16th. And Leonard Frost is 5 laps down in the number 11 Money Lion car, and Dylan Gones has retired the car. So that's runs through the field, presented by One to Go Studios at just past halfway of your Butt Kicker 142. So finishing lap 79 is Cameron Hearn, who's just been putting down these fast laps. He was the fastest car in qualifying and has definitely been the fastest car tonight. So 80 of 142. Let's go back to some of the battles. Looks like Peyton Johnson and Landon Quisenberry. They're side by side with Anthony Giuliano on the outside. There's 3 cars fighting for the 4th spot. All 3 taking different lines through the corners of 1 and 2. 51, Peyton Johnson taking over the 4th spot. Giuliano up to the 5th spot, taking the top 5th. Brandon Hughes looking to go underneath the 75 of Landon Quisenberry. Adam Brady has caught the back of the 24 of Couric. See what he can do here. The 77, who was in the front a while ago, has been put in the back now based on yellow flag pit stops. And Ira Kohlhaas had a connection issue and has disconnected from the service, so only 16 cars are with us. Tough break for Ira Kohlhaas. Giuliano in the 4th position as he's worked his way around the 51 on the high side. So Giuliano working his way up to the front of that monster 17. Cameron Hearn, Michael Stephan, Michael Jeans, and Anthony Giuliano in the 51 is still fighting for 4th with the 17 of Giuliano. The high side has the advantage as the 17 loses it going into the corner, but is able to get back in the gas quicker and stays ahead on the straightaways. All right, so right now, Michael Jean has 41 laps on his tires, as well as Landon Quisenberry. Brandon Hughes has 39. The rest of the drivers, 31 laps. You see the 17 and the 51 continuing to do battle coming through the corner out of turns 1 and 2. Like Brandon Hughes here. Look at him, and he's looking underneath Landon Quisenberry. Not quite able to get there as the 51. He's still working on the 17. 111 looking to go underneath the 75 Star City. Car of Landon Quisenberry is Toyota. Decides that he's going to tuck it in. See that 111 continuing to try to get around people. There were less than 50 laps remaining in tonight's event. We've had 1 caution, and the rest of the tonight we've had 2 other competition yellows for a total of 3. There's the 5. There's the 111 and the 75 Star City there at Toyota. 111 of Brandon Hughes. We have this tight little group here. Looks about 4th on back because everybody's starting to get a little tight in the 4th back position. The 75 and the 111. 51 all over the back of the 17. As the 111 is looking to square up the 75 for his pass. Quite enough. The 111 tucks back behind the 75. Chooses to make a dart down low this time. He stays right on the yellow line. As Quisenberry has the advantage coming off the corner. The 111 has to get back in line yet again. As we see David Dunwoody in that 46 move up to the 8th spot. Well, 111 underneath the 75, not able to make the pass. Winning at 46 with 24 underneath him. The 24 is following the 111 and the 46 following the 75. 111 jumps up in front of the 46. And then back down he goes. The 24 looks like he's got an advantage over the 46. 46 tails in right behind him. Working lap number 97 of the 142. Cameron Hearn leading the way, almost a 9-second advantage over second place Michael Steffen, followed by Mike Jean and Anthony Giuliano. Let's take a look at this. Cameron Hearn is on the racetrack all by himself as we're watching him entering in turn number 1. And now the second place car is in turn number 1 as well. And then everybody starts to fall in. So he's definitely away from everyone here tonight. Lap number 99 being worked. And now we're on lap 100. Alright, so if you're watching in either the Lightspeed Racing League Facebook Live or my live Twitch or YouTube, just give us a shout out. Let us know you're watching. I'd like this to be kind of interactive as we're completing lap 142 laps remaining in tonight's event. Had 3 cautions. But Cameron Hearn has been the toast of the town today, leading most of the laps tonight. Showing why with his 9.5 second advantage over second place in the 669 of Mike Steffen. Cameron Hearn coming down pit lane, scheduled pit stop at 101. Let's see if everybody else is coming with. No, Michael Steffen's going to stay out and regain the lead. So Steffen up to first caution out. Caution is out. Turek and Quisenberry possibly. We'll try to look at those guys. There's a 24 and the 75 with the 77 of Adam Brady here as we're watching. Saw that Quisenberry had his front clip removed. Let's see if we're able to find it here. Oh, everybody going down into the pits. And contact was made trying to go down the pit lane. So everybody was trying to get down the pit lane and contact was made. Well, Michael Steffen just wanted to lead lap, so he's come down pit lane now. So it looks like that takes out any kind of strategies. Everybody's on pit lane now, getting serviced. I think Pat O'Brien and Andy Bergani stayed out. Andy Bergani is behind the pace car. He may be trying to he's going to come down pit lane this time. It's Pat O'Brien who has yet to pit. He's now coming down pit lane. So everybody on the same set of tires, it looks like. As Cameron Hearn regains the lead and control of tonight after the caution flag pit stops, as he started his pit on green flag and the caution came out just after. So we have 38 laps left currently. You see the 11 of the money line dropping down, go to the pit lane. He's the last car to pit. Anthony Giuliano to the second spot after the caution flag pit stops have been completed. I said, if you're watching us, then just give us a little text saying who you're rooting for in any of our social medias, so we know who you're rooting for. Looks like right now the 15 of Cameron Hearn though is the car to beat. And last week's winner there, Michael, or 2 weeks ago, the last winner for the points race was Michael Jeans in the 08. And he's in the 3rd spot right now behind Anthony Giuliano. Looks like Race Controls assessed that to the driver of the 24, so he's given an EOL. Cameron Hearn out front of the pace car is having some connection issues as not sure what's going on here. Joe has thrown the caution flag. Not sure what happened there. It was a very weird jump there. Like Cameron had a connection problem hesitated them for. We're gonna get the pace car out in front of everybody again and try to get everybody squared up once more. So 14 cars on the lead lap. So a lot of the pit strategy went out the window when we had the caution flag come out. As everybody was coming down pit lane. It looks like Peyton, the number 51 of, I guess that was maybe an error. I get Leonard Frost around the pace car. The 9 of 142, so we'll be at about 43 laps here, maybe 30 laps, between 30 and 34 laps remaining when we get back under the green flag conditions. Trying to get race control to look over the field and ensure that we're in the right spot as the lights are out on the lights are back on the pace car. All right, trying to get the lap cars out of the way from the leaders. That has happened, so hopefully this next time by we'll get the okay by race control and get us back to green flag racing. Our race summary for Track Time Entertainment for the Butt Kicker 142. Track Time Entertainment is located in Texas. They build custom driving simulators with a personal touch. Rigs are fully customizable with color options and utilize 80/20 US extruded aluminum. These rigs offer a wide range of adjustability as well as different options for wheel shifters and keyboards. The possibilities are endless. If you can dream it, Track Time Entertainment can build it for you. Cameron Hearn leader right now and the fastest car. 4 cautions for 20 laps. 2 of those were competition and 18 drivers currently took the flag and 2 drivers are in the trailer. That's your Track Time Entertainment race recap at lap number 110 complete. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, the 15 and the 17, as the 15 also blinks out one more time there That's sure that's hurting some confidence around him racing right now as a 17 kind of lets him go. He's a little loose off of turn number 2 as the 08 of Mike Jeans comes around on the inside line underneath him there. Riding on board Mike Jeans here. We're watching him in his actual racer at the same time. As he is putting pressure on the 15 on this restart. And they're pulling away from Johnson and Giuliano pretty easily. Mike Jeans right there with Cameron Hearn. Looks like he might have been holding off a little bit as he's working that car around the 08 car to get within line of that 15. He might have been saving some. We're under 30 laps remaining in tonight's event, and it's 08. Challenging Cameron Hearn in the 15 as we see sparks flying. The 15 and the 08, they come back to the stripe, completing 116. 26 laps to go as the 08 looking for a way around the 15. The 15 has been in command of this race up to this point as the 08 starting to challenge him. 15 goes low. The 08's running about the middle of the line and off the corner. We'll see which one had the right strategy and the right call on the last set of pit stops. As we're continuing to work here. Lap number 118 in the backstretch, the 15 and the 08. Looks like the 08 was a little bit tight coming off the last corner. Cost him a tenth or so. The car is basically sliding it off of turns 3 and 4 currently. Oh, look at the complete lap 120 with 22 laps to go as the 15 and the 08 continuing to lead this race. With 22 to go. Cameron Hearn led the most laps for this race thus far. No incident points through the top 6 drivers. So people are keeping it clean. This short track Richmond, the 3/4 mile track, and looks like the 51 slide in this car. It looks like he might be able to keep it going, but the caution is going to come out. But he didn't make contact with the wall or any other car. So at lap 122, we're going to be under the caution as the 51, it's loose coming to the stripe. That was Peyton Johnson. Go ahead and relook at that. I'm going to catch him this whole lap here. So it was at the end of this lap as he crosses the stripe. The 51 of Peyton Johnson. See him entering turns 3 and 4 here. And the cars have been kind of sliding off of this corner. And that right rear comes around on him. He saves it, overcorrects, but locks him down. Keeps everybody else out of harm's way. Caution comes out and he's able to get that car going the right way again through the grass. So no contact. The 51 self-spin there. And everybody back down pit lane. They want tires. Michael Steffen and Anthony Giuliano elect to stay out, as well as Kevin Gunther. Everybody else back down pit lane, except for the top 3 drivers. Tires paramount here at this short track, as we're going to set up for less than 20 laps to go. And the 08 is the first car off. That's Mike Jeans. Looks like he may have taken just right side tires, as he is only a 9.4 second. Guys, I know they did not need fuel, but they definitely needed tires. So that may have been a call by Mike Jeans, only taking right sides, where everybody else took the set. And Dunwoody also taking right sides, everybody else taking all 4. And Kevin Gunther decides to come down. So the top 2 of Steffen and Giuliano rolling the dice here to see if that can keep them up front. Pat O'Brien, he's a lap down, as well as Leonard Frost is 5 laps down. And they're behind 669 and the 17. As we have going to complete 125 of the 142. We'll have 17 laps to go. The yellow lights are still on the pace car. We'll have a couple more laps still to go here before we go back to green flag racing. So Mike Jean and Cameron Hearn will actually have 2 cars between them and the leaders. Pat O'Brien may have ushered himself there to the back, which is what they did there. So the 08 will be the inside behind 669. Hearn will be behind the 17 of Anthony Giuliano. These guys have new tires, the 669 and the 17, on 23 and 24 lap tires. Could be an interesting restart. And this could be for the marbles here, as the 08 and the 15 were the leaders before the caution flew, and they're in the second row, but they have fresh Goodyear Eagles on their cars. And Dunwoody and Brandon Hughes will be locked in that 3rd row with Adam Brady and Joe Marotta. He was telling me the number 5 car there in the 4th row. Caution lights are out on the pace car, so we will be going back to green flag racing as we see the pace car leading the guys around into turn 3 and 4. He'll make the hard left turn. Steffen will fire us back up as Giuliano is on the outside. Steffen pushes the gas, brings us back to green. Cameron Hearn high around the outside of the 17 to put himself in the 3rd spot. As 08 right there on the 669, right behind him. As we see the 15 muscling around the outside, the 69 midline, the 08 going low. The Steffen is basically the sandwich in between here as the caution is out. I believe that was the 51 again here. We'll see. As he dives under the 59 and gets that right rear to turn around on him again. And he slides back up after correcting it. So caution back out again for the 51. So this changes things a bit here. Steffen maintained the lead. The 15 will line up on the outside of him, with Mike Jeans on the inside of 2 with Giuliano on his outside. And then Brady and Dunwoody will be behind them side by side. We have about 10 laps remaining when we go back to green flag racing. O'Brien coming around as the lucky dog to get himself back on the lead lap. 14 cars on the lead lap with O'Brien in the back. Peyton Johnson has elected to put her in the trailer as Leonard Frost is 5 laps down, so he may be able to move up to that 15th spot. Lights are still on our pace car. Mike Steffen leading the way here. Cameron Hearn under caution is having connections issues. Not sure where he's located, but is bouncing in and out a little bit on my screen here. Steffen and Cameron Hearn, as will be less than 10 to go, since we still don't have the 1 to go signal yet from pace car. Well, lights are off now, so we will be getting ready to go. We'll have about 8 laps remaining when we go back to the green flag. Mike Steffen leading the way. Cameron Hearn on his outside, the fastest car of the day, is there in that 15 Tabasco ride. Mike Jeans on the inside of row 2 with Anthony Giuliano on his outside. Giuliano and Steffen have a disadvantage on 30-lap tires. Everybody else should be good to go here. We're getting ready to run here through the field. Fire it off here once that car gets out of the way. He's gone. Mike Steffen on him. He hits that pedal. Third one he goes. 15 going to try to make the high line and go right around the 669. We're still green flag racing here. Mike Steffen is still the race leader. The 08 underneath Steffen. Oh, we have cars sliding in the back here. We are completed 134, but we had some heavy contact. It looked like I saw the 46 of David Dunwoody involved in that one. Let's back it up. The 111 out of there at 24, making contact with the 46. Sends the 46 around. No contact with any other driver, but does turn him around. That number 24 ride. Let's see what race control says. You see Andy just get that car running back, pointed in the right direction. So 15 and the 08 are going to line up inside outside. And then that Mike Steffen on the old tires is going to still have the 3rd spot with Adam Brady. So race leaders 15, 08, and 77, as well as the 669, all in the front 4. All people who have led laps here tonight. Zero 08 down into the grass. Not sure why that is. Okay. Very interesting. Something might have happened to Mike Jean's car. He may have had an issue because it looks like he's out of the pit there. All right, so less than 5 here to go. We'll get one shot at this before it becomes a green-white checker, I believe. With Hearn and Stefan, Brady and Giuliano. And Couric assessed the penalty. Go to the back of the field. Hearn still having issues under caution. Mike Jean's in the pits, but it looked like he was taking off his equipment. He may have been called away. He's in the 14th spot right now. Couric, the last car on the lead lap, 13. Has to go. We're going to go green here. We will have 3 laps to go. So basically a green-white checker without being overtime. But once we cross here, the pace car will give us 3 to go. As Cameron Hearn will bring us to the green flag. Green flag's out, leading us to turn number 1. 3 laps to go. 659 is Stefan looking on the inside of the 15 as we're on the backstretch with Cameron Hearn. Hear him lifting here, taking that high line all the way around. As you hear him just feathering the throttle. Looks like Stefan was able to lead that lap with 2 to go, so sticks out with the fight for first. 17 of Giuliano and the 77 of Brady right there as well with the 111 of Hughes. And Gunther in the 23, which looks like Michael Stefan has the lead over Cameron Hearn. 1 to go. White flag out, 1 to go from 1 to go Studios. Michael Stefan leading the 15 on his outside. Anthony Giuliano looking to squirt down the middle. And it looks like something happened to our race leader. And I'm going to have to get us back here. And that's the 669. Cameron Hearn comes back into the wall. Not sure who had that. We'll have to look. But it looked like the wall with the 17 and the 77 at the end there. But Cameron Hearn was blinked out, which caused our cameras to have some issues. We're going to have to see who actually was given that by looking at our grid, or our results here. So the results page, according to iRacing, Cameron Hearn squeaks it out with a 1,000th over Stefan. Giuliano takes 3rd, Gunther 4th, Hughes 5th. Brady 6th, 7th was Anthony Ludi, 8th was Joe in the 5, Quisenberry 9th, 10th was Christopher Couric, 11th was Anthony Briganti, Pat O'Brien was 12th, 13th was David Dunwoody, in the Leonard Frost 4 laps down, Gene 6 laps down, Johnson 15, Kohlhaas, Gomez, and Powers didn't even take to the track. That's your race finish here for Richmond Raceway, Richmond, Virginia, the butt kicker 142. And let's get with these guys here. They're on the front there, the top 3. We'll get them in as we go to our track sponsor.
Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
All right, be sure to use that code LSRL. We're going to bring Anthony Giuliano up here. Anthony Giuliano, Harold in the booth, the 17 Monster Car up on the podium tonight. Third place here at Richmond under the lights.
Hey man, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I was a little crazy at the end, man. I'm gonna tell you what, I might need to change my shorts. I'm not sure, but golly, that was a fun race, no doubt.
Well, you guys looked like and I'll talk to him when he comes back in. Like the 15 was having some connection issue, and actually caused our cameras to jump all over the place. So we were racing to try to catch you guys as you came out of turn 4, and then we saw some contact with the wall a little bit late, but you're trying to get that third spot. Did get it in there, and I'm not sure. Is this your first podium with us this year? At least in the Xfinity cars.
I'm not sure if it's the first one, but it hadn't been a lot, that's for sure. But I had help from about 4 other guys pushing me across. That's for darn sure. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't intentional. But yeah, the 15 car blinking there kind of freaked me out a little bit going into that last turn and overdrove it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, really didn't mean to get into Adam and spin it there. I was just the lack of talent. But I appreciate him pushing me across the finish there.
All right. So who do you want to thank before we let you go? Third place finish tonight for the Monster 17.
Man, I'll tell you what, I just, being part of the league, I got to thank everybody that comes out and supports us and watches us, man. It really does, make this an enjoyable group, man. We had a great race tonight. A lot of good racing all over the track. I got to thank One to Go Studios. You guys do a great job. Shameless plug for Wilder Graphics as well, for sponsoring this deal. Thank my wife for letting me race and spend some time up here with the boys, and just a good time, man. Really appreciate what you guys do.
All right, Anthony Giuliano and the number 17 Monster Car. They'll be at Dover next week, so we'll see you back then. And we got the Cup cars on Friday night.
Yeah, man, can't wait for it. My favorite track, so we'll hopefully do a little bit better.
All right, we then send you out for the date. We'll see you next week.
Thank
you. All right, we're going to go into Mike Steffen. It's a 669. Another one I haven't seen much of. Mike Steffen in the booth with Harold at 669. MM Motorsports car, the Moneymakers, in the second position tonight here at Richmond. A pretty hectic last few laps there.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm watching the replay. I have no idea who won that, but regardless, yeah, Cam's really fast. So I should have probably got on the floor there a little bit more in that last corner. But car was great all night, and yeah, heck of a finish.
Yeah, according to the official score from iRacing, he edged you by 0.17, so not even 2 thousandths of a second. Or 200ths of a second, sorry.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, cool.
And I was going to talk to Cam and seen he's already disconnected, so I can't get with him. But he was having connection issues on the pace laps, but he was actually blinking out that time. And I know that it probably had in the back of your mind. I know when I'm out there with cars that are blinking, you have no idea where they're going to be when they come back. So.
Yeah, no, he I don't know what exactly happened on that the last 2 laps. He kind of got, I think, tight there, and I took the inside, and I was just kind of holding on for dear life at the end. So yeah, we'll take it. I just really want to get a top 5, stay in the points chase. So this was just kind of gravy.
Yeah, well, that was I believe let me go with my point. You're 5th in points, and you finished ahead of everybody above you. So like Cole Haas, he had a connection issue. He's one ahead of you, I want to say, by 2 points, so this should help you out there. And Fontaine didn't show, and Wilson didn't show. And then Quisenberry was behind you by a little bit. Was a 9th tonight. So good points race night for Michael Steffen and the 669 Moneymakers.
For sure, yeah, we'll take it. Take it all we get.
All right, next time we're going to be at Dover, and then we got these cars in the Cup Series on Friday night. Before I let you go, man, who are you going to shout out to for your top 2 or your second place? Was it that bridesmaid position? Yeah, putting on your inner Kyle Larson, right?
Yeah, no, sure. The boys from Moneymakers Motorsports, all the guys that help me out, and yeah, shout out to Sam Fontaine helping me out every week, and the Rocker guys. Yeah, hang with those guys pretty much every night. So appreciate all their support.
All right, so that was Mike Steffen. We'll see you guys next week, or either if you're here on Friday, it'll be the Cup Cars, and if not next week with Dover, we'll see you then, Mike.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
As Mike Steffen, our second place finisher. Gonna look again and see if I got Cameron, and don't see him. So we're gonna just give him a shout out here, Cameron Hearn, in that Tabasco 15-year race winner tonight, and he won by barely just under 0.02 of a second over the 669. So shout out to him in the Tabasco car. And as I said a little bit earlier, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors tonight. It would be the Grid Finder, Track Time Entertainment, Sim Speed Shop, Wilder Graphics, the Butt Kicker, the Sweatless Crew, and all of our fans that have showed up this week. We'll be back on Friday night for the Cup Series here at Richmond. And then next week we head over to Dover, same time, here for round 11 for the Xfinity Series. So until next time, I'm Harold Darn of Wendigo Studios with all of our sponsors. Thank you for showing up. Until then, we'll see you at the next turn.
What an exciting race brought to you by Wendigo Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go.